Hey, this is Larry with ManCave Mayhem, and this is my ugly son, Brandon. He takes after me. Anyhow, we're gonna take these bikes for a little ride. Brandon decided to pay attention to his father today, so it's gonna be awesome. We'll get a little 360 view. We're gonna throw the drone up. It's gonna be all kinds of fun. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Check us out at Instagram at ManCave_Mayhem. Now let's get on with this ride, baby.
Oh yeah, you can see.
Yeah, see? We are gonna get some food, baby. Yeah, what do you want, B-Man? B-Man's gonna eat it up because, of course, I'm paying for it, which is usually the case on the dad. Yeah, on the dad. But anyhow, I told him I'd buy him breakfast/lunch if he'd pay attention to me. So hang out. It's working. Yeah, you gotta hang out with some old guys. Oh yeah, look at there. Man, well, good food. Well, I guess this story starts around 1976 when my father, right around Christmas, took me to the local Honda dealer and, to my surprise, bought me a 1976 Honda Z50. Very similar to what you would call the Monkey today. And so I took that bike and I took that thing everywhere, you know, even as I got a little bit older. I think I was probably around 10 years old at the time when I got that bike. And we would take that riding in fields and sometimes my buddies and I would sneak our little mini bikes out at night when nobody knew, and we would ride the streets. And but my love for motorcycles grew from there. And you know, getting into smaller bikes has always been kind of a desire. I always coveted and wanted a CT90 or a Honda Trail 90 as a younger kid, and was never able to get one because just the price and just never had the opportunity to get one. So I had various other bikes. I had a Puch moped that I used for transportation when I was, you know, before I had my license. My senior year in high school, I ended up purchasing a Yamaha Vision. I believe it was a 1982 Yamaha Vision, and got into a little trouble with that bike. I got a ticket from the same cop 2 days in a row and ended up getting my license suspended. So needless to say, that wasn't a good thing. But yeah, so I continued with motorcycles until I got in an accident riding a little XL 125 Honda where I broke my femur, and then I kind of chilled out for a while. But I'd be remiss to not explain a little bit of the origins of the CT 125. And it all started, most of you probably know, but those of you that don't, it started in Idaho, actually. Herb Ewell had Herco Motorcycles in Garden City, which was near Boise, Idaho, or in Boise, Idaho, outskirts or something. And he ordered the first Hondas in like around 1958. And so basically he got some of the C100s or the Super Cubs and realized he wasn't going to be able to sell those because most people wanted off-road bikes. And at the time, he decided that he would make one of these or a couple of these into, off-road trail bikes. And, in Idaho at the time, there was a lot of hunting going on, and so they used these bikes to hunt with. He had a guy that made sprockets, and they made a larger sprocket that actually went on with the stock sprocket. So you would be able to switch out the chain, add a little extra length of chain, and go to a bigger sprocket, which would give you lower gearing. So he started those, and he realized that these would be better trail bikes than some of the tote goats, which they had back in the day, and they were basically little mini bikes with Briggs & Stratton motors. So he got those bikes going, and people were buying the heck out of them, and Honda noticed. And once Honda realized that these things were going to sell, they started producing them themselves, and they became the CT90s. And from there, you know, you got the CT110s in the early 80s. They upped the CC on them. I think probably, you know, the CCs increased due to smog restrictions and stuff like that. But anyhow, they went to the CT110s, and Honda added a split transmission, which was, you know, the gear reduction box on the side, which actually helped the bike climb some of these little steep hills and stuff. Of course, this was added much earlier in the game, probably in the early 60s. I would say they added that, or 70s. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that. Which the CT125 is lacking. I would say that would probably be a downfall on that bike, is the fact that it doesn't have that reduced gear ratio. And a lot of people are replacing the front sprockets with 13-tooth sprockets. I think they come factory with a 14-tooth, and they're replacing them with a 13-tooth sprocket. Yeah, I don't know why Honda didn't continue the split transmission. I think that was a mistake on their part, and I think if these continue in popularity, somebody will probably come out with an aftermarket setup, or Honda may just start making them that way. I don't know. I just don't understand. Maybe it was cost, but they just they really should have included that.
First impressions of these little bikes. I mean, it's brand new and everything. I know you're going slow.
There is a epidemic of low testosterone sweeping the nation.
Yes, for sure.
If you need a boost, get one of these.
Yeah, for sure. These things are fun, fun, fun.
If you don't have a lady, you will.
For sure. Guaranteed women. All the time I'm getting hit up. But, you know, I'm a married man. So we are going to head on a little further, and then we'll probably wrap this ride up. But I just had to show you guys how these little things perform. We haven't really taken them out, and so I wanted to do a little ride and just show you how much fun these things are. They're a lot of fun. They seem to have pretty good power, don't they, B-Man, for the little 125? Yeah, exactly. So we're going to keep on.
So how did we end up here? Why two small bikes? Well, in 2022, I retired, and we got a hair up our rear ends, my son and I, to take an adventure to Alaska. So I needed a bike, and I went and bought a new Triumph Tiger 900, a 2022, and outfitted that bike, and my son rode his KLR to Alaska. And we spent 28 days going through Canada and basically having a pretty good adventure. It was an adventure of a lifetime. And when I say adventure, it just wasn't a trip, it was an adventure. There was definitely some struggles we went through with flat tires on his bike and just some crazy stuff. So we fast forward, and you know, I had some riding buddies. I went down to Mexico, crashed my brains out, and then I ended up needing a knee replacement, not because of the crash, but just because it was long past due. And so I got my knee replacement, and I started reevaluating things as far as dirt riding was concerned. And as much as I like it, the risk wasn't worth the reward. And so I decided it might be time to hang up the adventure bike, and it was just sitting in the garage a lot. My buddies that I ride with, they're still doing dirt, and one of them's moving away. So I decided it's time to get rid of that bike, and I found a way out. And the way out was getting another one of these CT125s, which I already had one, but it wasn't getting used that much. So I thought, two small bikes, I can bring friends along, we can go on trips, my wife can ride, she enjoys it. And I recently picked up a trailer from my buddy, a little motorcycle trailer, so that will easily tow behind our little Subaru or behind my truck. So we can take the bikes to an area where we want an adventure, or we can just ride the bikes. It depends, but it'll be a lot more convenient in that respect. Yeah, so my buddy gave me that little motorcycle trailer for free. I do have to replace some things on it. I'm putting a new axle under it and making some modifications to fit the little trail bikes, but it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to make it very convenient to take these bikes out and use them with friends and family. And we travel back and forth to Arizona a lot, and I can tow that trailer behind me with those bikes and have all kinds of little adventures, which will make it pretty enjoyable. Am I giving up on big bikes? No, I still have a Harley, and I still have my scooter, which is a 650, and it definitely freeways and cruises down the road, but I just didn't see the sense in keeping that adventure bike for what I was doing now. Basically everything that I was doing in the dirt, I stopped doing and am doing now on the pavement. I guess the next big question is, does it do dirt, and does it do dirt well? It is a good little trail bike, and I can tell you that we hit some light dirt roads, and it was fantastic on those. It will tractor through almost anything. The only limiting factor on the new bike is the gearing, I think, but I think you can manage to live with that as well. And a lot of it depends on weight, what you're carrying, how crazy you're going to get. The suspension obviously sucks on it, but you're not going 1,000 miles an hour on the bike. You're not ripping through the desert on it. So the reality of it is yeah, it's a good little tractor bike. And also I would say it's kind of an Armageddon bike. You know, unless there's an EMP, this bike is going to run during the end of the world. Fear not, if the zombie apocalypse comes, you will have a bike to survive through it. That is for sure. So the convenience and everything of these bikes is fantastic. Fuel economy, I don't want to even go there. You know, you're looking at probably 100 plus miles per gallon, which is great. It's only a 1.4 gallon fuel tank, but who cares? I mean, this is fantastic. So if you're looking for something economical to commute back and forth to work on, and you have a small commute, hey, this is your bike. Now let's talk about aftermarket accessories. The sky's the limit when it comes to this. All these bikes, all the mini moto series bikes have quite a few accessories, especially the off-road ones. The Monkey and the CT, you can find accessories all over for these. Now, this bike's made in Thailand, I believe, but and some of the accessories that you get you may have to get from Thailand, but a lot of them are available in the United States as well. And because of this, the sky's the limit when it comes to making the bike your own, which is really cool. It makes it fun, makes it kind of enjoyable to personalize your bike. So you don't have to worry about that or having accessibility to things that you need for this bike. It's very simple to maintain, simple to ride, and simple to enjoy. This wouldn't be a very good review if I didn't talk about some of the things that should have been done on this bike. First of all, they definitely should have put that split transmission on the bike. The ability to switch into a lower gear would have been fantastic, and I think Honda fell short on that respect. Also, the fact that it has ABS in the front is great, but it would be nice to have a switch where you could turn that ABS off, and I'm sure you can incorporate one in. Another thing is a gear indicator would have been great to have, but not a game changer. But those are some of the few things that I notice on the bike that I don't like. But hey, you know, you can't have everything, especially for the price that you're getting this bike at. So, you know, overall, this bike is a lot of fun for what it is, and you can push it to the limits. As you can see here, we're running full tilt at just over 50 miles an hour. Screaming, right? That's gonna about do it for our first ride video. What are your first impressions, B-Man? Coming from an adventure bike or a KLR 650 or a dirt bike, what do you think of these things?
You mean a dual sport extraordinaire?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it doesn't leave much to be desired. You know?
They're fun, they're slow.
What you see is what you
They're
get.
very forgiving. We did take them on a little dirt, and they seem to do okay. This is kind of the first run that we've done on both these things, and they're a lot of fun.
there'll be some more adventures on them. We're gonna do some camping trips. Me and B are gonna do some camping trips. Maybe Granny might jump on hers and do a camping trip with me once or twice. But the nice thing about these bikes are that we have 2 of them now, so you can invite people along. Before, this thing was sitting a long time because I couldn't really, I mean, I was riding it around town, but I couldn't really go anywhere with it because I didn't have somebody else that had one. So I have 2 of them now, so I can do whatever the hell I want, when I want, with whoever I want, right?
Yeah, you get a lot of looks, that's for sure.
Yeah, we were getting honked out by a bunch of Harley guys and stuff, and so that was cool. But anyhow, if you haven't yet, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Check us out at Instagram at ManCave_Mayhem. Check out my affiliate links. They'll be in the description of the video. If you see any products that you like on these bikes, they're going to be on those Amazon affiliate links. And just remember, folks, what are we?
We're just men in a cave
Causing mayhem. And we're just men in a cave causing mayhem.
Or el güero calvo es bien loco.
Yeah, baby.